Hola, mis amigos! Getting ready for Halloween. It is October. Um, and this is fun fact number 142, which, um, and it is an embarrassment. It is, okay, so I've talked about going to karaoke at night and I'll have a glass of wine. And, but lately I was having two glasses of wine, but lately I've just been having one glass of wine and maybe a Diet Pepsi and water or whatever. And so this night was the first night that I actually stuck to one glass of wine and Diet Pepsi. This one night that this happened. Um, and I was at the bar and we were singing karaoke, and some of the people let me know that this happened. Um, but it's not about this. 142 is something different. You see the title, you know what it's about. Um, it's while I was singing a song, I might have been singing Creep, which is one of my go-tos. I was singing a song, and I guess there's a window behind you when you're singing karaoke and in this bar, and I guess there was a fight outside while I was singing right behind me through the window. And there was blood on the street afterwards. And this one girl said the firemen came, paramedics, everything. And this one lady that I sing with, Tanya, she said, I want to go outside and check out the firemen. So I said, well, my car's right there. Let's go. It's your birthday. And it was her birthday. And I said, it's your birthday. Let's go to my car. I've got stuff in my car. Would you like a lighted bottle? Because you know me and my lighted bottles. And she found one she liked. But we were walking to the car. We were checking out the firemen. And then we went back. But we also saw the blood on the street. They'd already taken the guy away that was bloody, like cracked his head open in the fight. So a lot of cops were there and everything. And she got a lighted bottle for her birthday. And we checked out the firemen. She goes, they look better through the window. And I'm like, yeah, me too. And then she oh my gosh, I think I'll be right back. See, one of my roommates just came home and I don't want them to hear this. I don't know which roommate it is, don't care. But I want to talk louder, and I was kind of whispering, wasn't I? There's a lot of cops were around and stuff. And so when I left, what I'd been doing is I'd park in front and then I get in my car, and there's nobody on the streets at 1, 2 a.m. in the morning. There's hardly anybody there. And so I would pull out and make a U-turn across a double yellow line to go back home instead of like going forward, stopping at a stoplight, going up the hill and going around the block. I just did a U-turn. And I've been doing it for a while and not thinking much of it. And then all of a sudden I'm going up the hill to go home, so I make my U-turn, I go down the street, make a left on a street, and I'm going up the hill. And then all of a sudden there's police lights flashing in front of me, and there was somebody ahead of me, and I thought, well, maybe they did something. Maybe they're chasing them. Maybe they robbed a bank. I don't know. But it was for me. And I've never been pulled over by, like, I got speeding tickets from motorcycle cops, but like decades ago. I haven't been pulled over like in decades. And I'm like, and I've never been pulled over by like, it was like a motorcycle cop on the highway. I've never been pulled over on a street by flashing lights ever. And so I was like really freaked out. And this first time in my life, and I've already told you I'm old, so this is the first time in my life that I'm getting pulled over. And I don't know why, and I couldn't figure it out. Like, are they pulling me over? What for? Like, well, I'm not drunk tonight. I didn't have two glasses of wine tonight. I just had the one, and I had it like 5 hours ago, and I've been drinking Diet Pepsi ever since, or water. So I'm fine. I'm not drunk. I'm not worried about that. But why are they pulling me over? And he comes up to the car and he goes, do you know you made an illegal U-turn? And I'm like, I did? Oh, yeah. I made a U-turn. Yeah. I go, I wasn't supposed to do that. I've been doing it. Other people have been doing it. That's wrong? Oh, okay. And he goes, well, and then he took my driver's license and everything, and they did this eye test. And I thought it was really weird because it was like, follow my finger. So at first, like, I've never been pulled over, so I don't know. You just follow my finger with your eyes. And I'm like, okay. And so I'm turning my head. He goes, don't turn your head. And I'm like, okay. And so I'm following it, and it gets like over to here. And I'm like, well, I can barely see your finger now. Am I supposed to still see your finger? Is there something wrong with my eyes? Because I can't see your finger anymore. And he comes back and I follow it again. And he's like, I'm not testing your eyesight. And I said, I know what you're testing for. You're testing to see if I was drunk. And you already asked me if I drank. And I had one glass of rosé at 9 o'clock, and it's 2 a.m. now. And I've been drinking Diet Pepsi ever since. I've been singing and I've been dancing too. So I'm not drunk. I'm tired, but I'm not drunk. I'm sleepy, but I'm not drunk. And he's like, okay. And so I'm sure they took my driver's license and they're like, what? She's that old? There's nothing on my record. There's nothing. My daughter thinks I'm not getting jobs. I'm getting denied because somebody stole my name and they have a criminal record now. And so that's why I'm getting turned down for the jobs. But the policemen looked at it and they took it. If I had a criminal record, they would have said something, I'm sure. And they were like really kind after that. And they were like, so here's your ID bag. And I just want you to know, just realize that when there's a double yellow line, you cannot make a U-turn. I was like, well, thanks for that advice. Now that I know that this is a thing, I won't do it anymore. No problem. I still haven't gotten the ticket. I don't know how much it's going to be, but for somebody without a job who's watching every penny, um, I'm really worried that it's going to be a lot. Does anybody know how much a U-turn ticket is? So I'm still waiting for it to come and I'm freaking out. But I was freaked out that night. I called my daughter. Like when they walked away, I called her and I said, hey, I know it's 2 a.m. and you're asleep, but could you call me back? Because I just got pulled over and I'm freaking out. And she called me back and she's laughing at me, of course, laughing at me. But yeah, I got a ticket for an illegal U-turn. So yeah. And I'm like a person that like never brings. I mean, I'll speed like everybody else and stuff. And when I was younger, I sped. But then when I had my daughter, I was like, don't break my baby. So you change your perspective and your approach to things as life happens. So yeah, I got a ticket, and I'm so ashamed and embarrassed that I got a U-turn ticket because I never got a ticket like that before in my life. Besides, I think I had maybe 4 or 5 speeding tickets. That's about it. And that was on highways. And and they were really nice to me then because one time they could have just taken everything away. And he was really nice because I had to pee. So, yeah. And I think I peed and then he felt bad. So he was nice to me. I still had to go to court. But yeah, I got a U-turn ticket after decades of not getting any tickets and never being pulled over by like a car policeman ever. So yeah, I'm a little embarrassed. That is my fun fact, or whatever you want to call it. Number 142. Ciao, Bella.